is how I went from playing professional football in the Championship to owning my very own moving company, which is doing about £35,000 in revenue every month within a space of 18 months. When I got started, it was pretty straightforward. I was sitting at home during the COVID pandemic with my wife, and obviously football had stopped at that point, and I was thinking of ideas and ways to really look after myself for when I hang up the boots. I moved clubs earlier that season from West Ham to Coventry, and I needed a van to help me move. So it was an idea in the back of my mind thinking I could do the same thing. I also had a lot of friends and family who were out of work at the time due to the pandemic and potentially could jump on the vans and earn a bit of money. But first, obviously, we needed a van. So I started looking on places like Auto Trader, Facebook Marketplace and eBay to see if there were any Luton vans available, which there was one not too far from where I lived for about £5,000. I went down to the dealership and managed to haggle the price down to 4.7k. I needed some other bits and bobs to get the business up and running, like blankets, furniture covers, insurance, and we also got the van wrapped to advertise itself whilst out on the road. Overall, it cost me about £7,000 to get the business up and running and have one van out on the road. I ended up hiring my cousin and a friend of my cousin who were competent, trustworthy, reliable young guys who were able to do the moving and the lifting of the furniture. Obviously, I couldn't do any of the heavy lifting myself as I still play professional football and I lived in a completely different city to where the business is based, which is in London. I remember doing our first move, which is kind of a fake move because we ended up moving my cousin into our nan's house. But we used it as an opportunity to get a bunch of videos and pictures to advertise our service the only way I know how, as a Gen Z, which is social media. We had our first few inquiries come in, which was great, and we booked our first ever job for £150. It wasn't much, but it was a start. We completed that job successfully and we started getting more inquiries come through. And within the first few months, we had made our £7,000 initial budget back. It was a success. The business started to make a profit. So we used that money to reinvest that back into the business to buy protective covers and equipment to look after our clients' furniture and just to look that little bit more professional. And all we did was advertise our service by posting free content on social media, which we started getting a stream of inquiries come through. We started booking more jobs and charging more money for our service, leading with value in which our clients were happy to pay a premium for. We were getting to a point where we needed to purchase a second vehicle due to the demand and the fact that we were moving larger properties. And after us picking up that second vehicle, we started earning more money, more profit, and then we needed a third vehicle due to the demand and the fact that we were moving bigger properties. We obviously needed to hire more members of staff and we started offering a packing service as an upsell. We then achieved a massive milestone, which was our first ever international move in which we moved a client from England to the Netherlands. We are now coming up to our third year in business and we have turned over £500,000 in revenue in that time and growing. So if you're interested in this business model and how it works and how you can grow your very own moving company or any company for that matter, I've created a free step-by-step masterclass on how you can do the exact same thing. All you need to do is comment the word business in the comment section below and I can personally send you a message giving you access to this masterclass. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I still play professional football full-time to this day, all whilst owning and running my very own business. So if you work full-time and travel as much as I do, this can work for you too.